How to strengthen weak hair. After 60. You know, hitting 60 is a beautiful milestone, a time filled with wisdom, stories, and a deeper sense of who we are. But let's be honest, it also brings along some surprising changes. One morning, you might run your fingers through your hair and realize it feels thinner, weaker, or drier than it used to. Maybe you've noticed more hair in the brush, or that your once voluminous hair has lost its shine and bounce. It's a quiet shift that can catch you off guard, and you start to wonder, is this just aging, or is there something I can actually do about it? Here's the truth most people don't tell you. Yes, hair changes with age, but weak hair doesn't have to be your new normal. You have more control over the health of your hair than you think. With the right care, you can strengthen your hair, restore its vitality, and feel confident when you look in the mirror. It's not about chasing youth or pretending to be 20 again. It's about honoring yourself and giving your hair the attention it deserves. In today's video, we're diving into the real reasons why hair weakens after 60, and more importantly, what you can do to fight back. From small changes in your diet to gentle shifts in your hair care routine, I'll share science-backed tips that truly work. And stay with me until the end, because the final tip might surprise you. It's something most people overlook, but it can make a world of difference. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get started on the journey to stronger, healthier hair. Because 60 is just the beginning of your most confident years. 1. Understand why hair weakens. After 60. When we cross into our 60s, we often expect certain physical changes, maybe a few wrinkles or slower metabolism. But many people are surprised when their hair begins to thin, weaken, or lose its youthful bounce. So why does hair weaken after 60? First, it's largely hormonal. As we age, our bodies produce less estrogen and progesterone, especially for women after menopause. These hormones play a big role in keeping hair thick, shiny, and growing at a healthy rate. With their decline, hair follicles shrink, hair grows slower, and each strand becomes thinner and more fragile. For men, declining testosterone levels can also affect hair health, though they're more commonly linked to pattern baldness. Next, the scalp itself changes. The sebaceous glands in our scalp, which produce natural oils to keep hair moisturized, become less active with age. That means the scalp is often drier, which leads to hair that's brittle, rough, and prone to breakage. Another factor is the hair growth cycle. Normally, hair grows, rests, and sheds in a cycle that lasts several years. But after 60, this cycle shortens. Hair spends less time in the growing phase and more time resting and shedding. That's why it may feel like you're shedding much more hair, even if the amount is technically within a normal range. Of course, we also have to account for cumulative damage. Think of all the things your hair has been through over the decades: heat styling, perms, dyes, sun exposure, environmental pollutants, and even the simple friction of brushing or tying it up every day. All those years of wear and tear can take a toll, leaving hair weaker than before. Finally, underlying health conditions can't be ignored. Thyroid disorders, anemia, or certain medications commonly used after 60 can directly impact hair health. That's why it's important not to brush off sudden or extreme changes in your hair. Sometimes, your body is sending a message. The key takeaway here is this: aging itself doesn't mean you're destined for weak, lifeless hair. Understanding the why behind these changes is the first step to addressing them. Once you know what's happening beneath the surface, you can take smarter, more targeted steps to strengthen your hair and bring back some of that vitality you may feel you've lost. In the next part, we'll dive into nutrition, because as you'll see, what you put on your plate can make a remarkable difference in what's happening on your head. 2. Nutrition for stronger hair. When it comes to strengthening weak hair after 60, many people immediately think about shampoos, conditioners, or hair treatments. But here's something that might surprise you. The foundation for healthy, resilient hair actually starts from within, with the food you eat every single day. Let's start with protein. Hair is made mostly of keratin, a type of protein. Without enough dietary protein, your body simply can't produce strong, healthy strands. So, make sure to include good protein sources in your meals. Think eggs, chicken, fish, beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds. Even a simple handful of almonds or a boiled egg can provide a meaningful protein boost. Next up, iron and zinc. Iron helps carry oxygen to your hair follicles, and a deficiency can cause hair to thin or even fall out. Red meat, spinach, lentils, and fortified cereals are all great sources. Zinc, meanwhile, supports the health of your scalp and helps repair damaged hair. You can find zinc in oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas. Don't forget about biotin, a B vitamin that's often recommended for hair health. Biotin supports keratin production, strengthens hair, and may help reduce shedding. Egg yolks, sweet potatoes, and salmon are all rich in biotin. Another key player? Omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats nourish the scalp, reduce inflammation, and add shine to your hair. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are excellent choices, or you can sprinkle flax seeds or chia seeds into your yogurt or smoothies. And here's one many people overlook: water. Yes, plain old water. When you're dehydrated, your hair can become dry, brittle, and more prone to breakage. Aim to drink at least 8 glasses a day. Your hair and skin will thank you. If you want to go a step further, you can talk to your doctor about supplements. A daily multivitamin with biotin, iron, and zinc can help fill in any gaps, especially if your diet isn't perfectly balanced. But remember, no supplement can replace good nutrition. The beauty of improving your nutrition is that it doesn't just benefit your hair. It supports your overall health: stronger nails, healthier skin, more energy, better mood. So when you nourish yourself from within, you're not just investing in your hair, you're investing in your entire well-being. In the next section, we'll explore how to care for your hair gently and effectively, because what you do in the shower matters just as much as what's on your plate. 3. Gentle hair care routine. When you're over 60, your hair deserves a little extra kindness. Many of the habits we grew up with, daily washing, rough towel drying, heavy brushing, can actually do more harm than good as we age. Let's start with shampooing. Most people think washing their hair every day keeps it clean and healthy. But in reality, frequent washing can strip away the natural oils that keep hair soft and protected. As we age, the scalp produces less oil, making hair drier and more fragile. So, try to limit shampooing to 2 or 3 times a week. And when you do wash, choose a mild, sulfate-free shampoo. Sulfates are powerful cleansers that create lots of foam, but they can be too harsh for aging hair. Look for labels that say gentle, hydrating, or for dry hair. Better yet, pick shampoos with added ingredients like keratin, collagen, or plant oils that help strengthen and moisturize. Next, conditioner. And this step is non-negotiable. Always apply conditioner after shampooing, focusing on the mid-lengths and ends of your hair. This helps seal in moisture, smooth the hair cuticle, and reduce breakage when you comb or style. Once a week, consider using a deep conditioning mask for extra nourishment. Speaking of combing, be gentle. Wet hair is especially vulnerable to breakage, so avoid brushing it right after a shower. Instead, use a wide tooth comb to gently detangle from the ends upward. Pat your hair dry with a soft towel or even a cotton t-shirt, rather than rubbing it vigorously with a regular towel. Another common mistake is using heat tools too often. Blow dryers, curling irons, and flat irons can weaken hair, causing split ends and brittleness. If you must use them, apply a heat protectant spray first and stick to the lowest heat setting possible. Finally, don't underestimate the power of a good haircut. Trimming your hair every 6 to 8 weeks helps remove split ends and keeps your hair looking neat and healthy. Even just taking off half an inch can make a big difference in how your hair feels and behaves. In short, your hair routine after 60 should be all about gentleness. It's not about doing less. It's about doing things more mindfully. With small shifts in your daily care, you can protect your hair from unnecessary damage and set the stage for stronger, healthier strands. Up next, we'll dive into how to shield your hair from damage beyond the bathroom, including some surprising sources you might not have thought about. 4. Protect hair from damage. By the time we reach 60, our hair has already weathered decades of sun, wind, styling, and sometimes a little too much experimentation with colors or treatments. If you want to strengthen weak hair, it's not just about adding good habits, it's also about reducing damage wherever you can. Let's begin with heat styling. Blow dryers, flat irons, curling wands, these have been our go-to tools for polished hair, but they can quietly wreak havoc over time. Excessive heat weakens the hair shaft, leading to dryness, split ends, and breakage. If you can, air dry your hair a few times a week. When you do use heat tools, always apply a heat protectant spray first and set the temperature to the lowest effective setting. It's a small change, but it can make a huge difference over the months. Next, think about how you sleep. Cotton pillowcases might feel soft, but they create friction that roughs up the hair cuticle, especially if you toss and turn at night. Switching to a silk or satin pillowcase is a surprisingly easy way to reduce breakage and preserve your hair's smoothness. Sun exposure is another sneaky culprit. Just as UV rays damage our skin, they also weaken hair, causing it to become dry and brittle. If you're spending time outdoors, wear a wide-brimmed hat or use a UV protectant hairspray. It's not just about vanity. It's about protecting one of your most visible assets. Tight hairstyles are another habit to reconsider. Pulling your hair back into tight ponytails, buns, or braids creates constant tension on the hair shaft and roots, increasing the risk of breakage and even traction alopecia, hair loss from repeated pulling. Opt for looser styles and use fabric-covered elastics instead of thin rubber bands. Let's not forget chemical treatments. Perms, relaxers, and frequent coloring all break down the protein structure of hair. While it's perfectly okay to color your hair if it makes you feel good, consider gentler options like semi-permanent dyes or highlights, and always have them done by a professional who understands mature hair. Even something as simple as brushing can cause damage if you're not careful. Avoid aggressive brushing or using stiff bristle brushes. A wide tooth comb or a soft bristle brush is your best friend. The bottom line is this: protecting your hair from damage isn't about giving up your favorite styles or routines. It's about making mindful tweaks that safeguard the health and strength of your hair for years to come. In the next section, we'll shift focus to something many people forget: the scalp, and why it holds the key to truly healthy hair. 5. Scalp care matters. When people think about strengthening hair, they often focus only on the strands, shampoos, conditioners, masks, and oils. But here's the real secret: healthy hair starts at the scalp. If you want stronger, fuller hair after 60, you need to start paying attention to what's happening at the root. As we age, the scalp undergoes several changes. It becomes drier because the sebaceous glands produce less oil, and the skin itself becomes thinner and more fragile. This can lead to itching, flaking, and inflammation, all of which can negatively affect hair growth and strength. So, how can you care for your scalp effectively? First, start with regular scalp massage. Massaging the scalp for just 5 to 10 minutes a day increases blood circulation, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to the hair follicles. It's like giving your roots a daily boost of energy. You can do this with your fingertips, using gentle circular motions, or invest in a soft silicone scalp brush for an even more relaxing experience. Next, exfoliate your scalp. Yes, just like your face, your scalp benefits from gentle exfoliation. Dead skin cells, excess oil, and product buildup can clog hair follicles, slowing down hair growth and weakening strands. Once a month, use a scalp scrub or a clarifying treatment to keep the scalp clean and balanced. Hydration is another key. Look for lightweight scalp serums or tonics with hydrating ingredients like hyaluronic acid or aloe vera. These not only soothe dryness, but also create a healthier environment for hair to thrive. If your scalp feels tight, itchy, or flaky, adding hydration can make a noticeable difference. Some products go a step further by including stimulating ingredients like caffeine, peptides, or rosemary extract. These can help improve follicle health and may even encourage thicker, fuller hair over time. While results vary, many people report improvements in texture and volume after consistent use. And don't forget protection. Just as you protect your skin from UV rays, your scalp needs shielding too. If you have thinning hair or a sensitive scalp, wear a hat when you're outdoors or apply a sunscreen spray formulated for the scalp. Taking care of your scalp is one of the most overlooked but powerful ways to improve hair health at any age. It's not just about preventing problems. It's about creating the best possible foundation for strong, beautiful hair. Coming up next, we'll explore which hair products are worth investing in, because not every bottle on the shelf is created equal. 6. Products that actually help. Walk down any hair care aisle and you'll see shelves packed with shampoos, conditioners, masks, serums, and sprays, all promising to deliver thicker, stronger, shinier hair. But let's be honest, not all of them live up to the hype. So, which products actually help when you're trying to strengthen weak hair after 60? Let's start with shampoo. Look for sulfate-free formulas labeled strengthening, nourishing, or hydrating. Sulfates are strong detergents that strip away natural oils, leaving mature hair even drier and more fragile. Instead, opt for shampoos with keratin, collagen, or plant-based oils like argan, jojoba, or coconut. These ingredients help reinforce the hair shaft and lock in moisture. Next, conditioners. After 60, skipping conditioner is not an option. Use a rich, creamy conditioner every time you wash, focusing on the mid-lengths and ends of your hair. Conditioners with ingredients like shea butter, ceramides, or silk proteins smooth the cuticle, reduce breakage, and make hair easier to manage. Once a week, treat your hair to a deep conditioning mask or a strengthening treatment. These intensive formulas penetrate deeper into the hair shaft, repairing damage and restoring elasticity. Look for masks with amino acids, peptides, or plant extracts like bamboo or ginseng, which nourish and fortify the hair from within. Leave-in products are another secret weapon. A good leave-in conditioner or detangling spray adds an extra layer of moisture and protection, especially if you style your hair with heat or wear it under hats and scarves. It also makes combing and brushing much gentler, preventing unnecessary breakage. For those experiencing thinning or shedding, topical treatments can help. Products containing minoxidil, like Rogaine, are FDA approved to promote hair regrowth and can be effective for both men and women. Other options include serums with caffeine, niacinamide, or rosemary extract, which stimulate the scalp and support follicle health. Consistency is key. These treatments often take 3 to 6 months to show results. Finally, supplements. If your diet lacks key nutrients, a dermatologist-approved hair supplement can help fill the gaps. Look for formulas with biotin, zinc, iron, vitamin D, and marine collagen. But remember, supplements work best as part of a broader approach. They're not a magic bullet. In short, the right products can make a big difference, but they work best when paired with good habits and gentle care. It's about building a routine that supports your hair from the inside out and the outside in. In the last section, we'll talk about when it's time to seek professional help, because sometimes the smartest thing you can do for your hair is get expert guidance. 7. When to seek professional help. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, hair continues to weaken, thin, or fall out. And that's when it's important to know when to seek professional help. Because while age-related changes are normal, not every type of hair loss should be brushed aside as just getting older. One clear sign it's time to see a doctor or dermatologist is sudden or severe hair loss. If you notice large clumps of hair coming out in the shower or on your pillow, or if your part line has widened significantly in just a few weeks, that's not something to ignore. Sudden hair loss can be caused by medical conditions like thyroid disorders, iron deficiency anemia, or autoimmune diseases, and these need proper diagnosis and treatment. Another red flag is patchy thinning or bald spots. Unlike the gradual thinning many people experience with age, patchy loss may point to conditions like alopecia areata, a disorder where the immune system attacks hair follicles. The good news? There are treatments that can help, but they work best when started early. If your scalp feels itchy, inflamed, or painful, or if you notice scaly patches, sores, or redness, that's another reason to book an appointment. Scalp conditions like psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, or fungal infections can all affect hair health, but they're very treatable once identified. It's also worth talking to a professional if you're considering more intensive treatments like prescription medications, laser therapy, or platelet-rich plasma (PRP) treatments. A dermatologist can help you weigh the pros and cons, set realistic expectations, and ensure you're a good candidate. For some, consulting a trichologist, a hair and scalp specialist, can be useful, especially if you've tried various over-the-counter solutions without success. A trichologist can perform a detailed scalp analysis and recommend targeted treatments or refer you to a medical expert if needed. And here's something many people forget. Sometimes your hairdresser can be your first line of defense. An experienced stylist may notice thinning, breakage, or scalp issues before you do, and can recommend gentler techniques or products to minimize further damage. The key takeaway here is simple. If you're worried, don't wait. Hair health is closely connected to overall health, and addressing problems early gives you the best chance of preserving and even improving your hair. In the end, strengthening hair after 60 is about more than just products and routines. It's about tuning into your body, being gentle with yourself, and seeking help when you need it, because you deserve to feel confident, radiant, and strong at every stage of life. Conclusion. Here's the beautiful truth. Age doesn't define your beauty, and it certainly doesn't define your hair. Turning 60 isn't the end of the road. It's the start of a new chapter filled with wisdom, experience, and yes, even possibility. And just because your hair has changed doesn't mean you can't have strong, vibrant, and healthy hair again. We've covered a lot today, and it all comes down to this. Small, thoughtful changes can make a world of difference. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight or spend a fortune on products that overpromise and underdeliver. Instead, focus on the essentials. Feed your body with nutrient-rich foods, protein, iron, biotin, omega-3s, and drink plenty of water. Nourish yourself from within because your hair reflects what's happening inside your body. Care for your hair with a gentle touch. Wash less often, condition regularly, avoid harsh shampoos, and protect your strands from heat and sun. Even switching to a silk pillowcase or using a wide-tooth comb can help prevent breakage. Most importantly, don't overlook your scalp. A healthy scalp is the foundation for strong, beautiful hair. So take a few minutes each day to massage it, keep it clean, and hydrate it when needed. Choose your products wisely. Look for those with proven, nourishing ingredients. And remember, sometimes less is more. A simple, consistent routine often works better than layering on product after product. And here's a gentle reminder. If you notice sudden or extreme changes in your hair, don't hesitate to reach out for professional help. Your dermatologist or doctor can be an invaluable partner in your hair health journey. Sometimes, the smartest thing we can do is ask for guidance. But beyond all the tips and techniques, there's something even more important. How you feel about yourself. Your hair is part of your story, but it's not the whole story. You are more than your reflection in the mirror. You are the wisdom you've earned, the kindness you show, the laughter you share, and the light you bring into the lives of those around you. So, as you move forward, remember to be gentle, not just with your hair, but with yourself. Celebrate your milestones. Honor your beauty, exactly as it is today. And never underestimate the power of confidence, because when you feel good, you shine from the inside out. If today's video inspired you, I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who could use a little hair inspiration too. And in the comments, tell me, what's the one tip from today's video that you're excited to try first? I read every comment, and your stories inspire me just as much as I hope these videos inspire you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to stronger hair, greater confidence, and all the beautiful moments that lie ahead. Because 60 is just the beginning, and the best is yet to come.